to Valdibitalks. How we doing?
Doing good.
Awesome.
Doing good.
I hope y'all know who this is.
I don't even know who I am.
I don't even know who he is either. We got Frank Salinas in today.
What's
the
up,
man.
peeps?
Dude, I was telling you, I was like, dude, for as long as we know each other, I don't think we actually ever like actually hung out other than like at the barbecues and stuff.
Barbecues, shows, etc. But never really hung out now.
Yeah. This is insane. We're here at this little setup here in the studio, which looks fucking awesome. And we're just going to have a dandy old time.
Dude, you look really red.
I do. And it doesn't help that I'm like super high, so it just like makes my eyes even more red. But man, you were telling me you're going to stay pretty busy throughout this whole quarantine.
It was kind of strange once quarantine kind of hit. You know, things at my day job kind of slowed down, but my side gig, which is Create Design Lab, pretty much design graphics, flyers, websites, videos now, and all kinds of stuff. It just really blew up, and I guess people are now seeing the importance of having a web presence,
definitely,
and social media presence and things like that. You know, things that they never thought of, like little mom and pop restaurants, like going online and saying, hey, you know, I really need curbside ordering, or for people to be able to buy stuff online and me ship it out because, you know, my business is failing. And most of my questions was like, well, why didn't you ever do that before? But,
right.
You know, I guess it's a necessity thing.
Now it's kind of like already you need to do it. Now definitely the pandemic brought everybody about 10 years ahead. But that's wild. That's so true. How so what do you mean by like you're just kind of switching their websites and just kind of fixing everything up?
You know, some people didn't even have a website.
Oof.
So going from that to like, hey, I need to have the online ordering thing or curbside systems and stuff like that. Like, it was a lot of work in a very little amount of time. Like, my deadlines were crazy, but we made it happen. You know what I mean? And the ghost just knocked over the headphones.
I can see that. Yeah,
it's all right. I mean, the ghost is very friendly.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
not
a he or
friendly,
she.
is he?
No, not that friendly.
Not that friendly.
He's not annoying. It's not annoying. It's just a presence. But you know, it was a lot of work in a little amount of time. But honestly, as hard as it was, like I just felt very lucky.
Okay.
Because
for sure.
Man, you know, a lot of my friends, a lot of my family, they kind of went on hard times. You know, not only pandemic, hurricane stuff. You know, we had to help my mom through the hurricane, get a new roof, and all these things, right?
That's so crazy. The hurricane was pretty wild this year.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild.
Dude.
You know, and I got lucky on that too. 2020 was bad for a lot of people, bro. But it was,
your fence went down, right?
Yeah, that's all that happened to us is that our fence went down.
Wait, that's
no
crazy.
No leaks, no nothing, just the fence. And we were like, you know what? Okay, that's fine. I'll take it. It's a win.
Yeah,
you know,
that definitely is a win. It happened to my grandma's house as well.
Yeah?
We had to clean out like a tree completely fell on her fence.
Dude, it was wild. My neighbors, the utility poles went through their house.
Oh,
I posted some photos.
Oh man,
because I went out the next morning and kind of took pictures of the damage and stuff. But yeah, the pole went like through the house. It was the wildest thing because we were without electricity for like a week.
Right.
You know, and at first first world problems. We were being all like, bitching, like we don't have Netflix, we don't have shit, you know, whatever. And then we're like, dude, we're alive, like we're fine, you know. But yeah, going back to the other thing, I was very lucky, and you know, I got it done, and because of that work, I got recognized by bigger companies, and I'm getting bigger gigs now. And I'm pretty much booked through the middle of next year, and that's pretty wild, you know?
Beautiful.
That's pretty wild.
That's beautiful.
Hopefully, you know, it leads to being able to open a real, like, legit place and not working so much out of my house anymore and hiring people, because that's my dream, you know? I want to have a studio and stuff, so...
Dude, that's
hopefully,
wonderful.
Hopefully we can make that happen in 2021, you know?
I can hope. I hope so, man. That sounds wonderful. That sounds like a great plan, and I'm really happy for you.
Thanks, dude.
That's fucking awesome, man. Dude.
Been grinding at it since I was like, I don't know, 17, 18.
I know. That's the one thing that I've known you for so fucking long. Remember the first time I really met you was at that Head Trip show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Where you bought the Jaeger bombs because my card didn't fucking. It got declined. You bought the fucking Jaeger bombs.
I was like, it's cool, man.
I got it.
We're gonna get drunk anyway. Let's just do it. You know.
I got him back.
We were just like we had just bonded like over the internet.
Yeah,
we were gonna play the same show.
Yeah.
And you know we just like instantly connected when we were there. It was like you and I think Joe, right?
Yeah,
Joe was in that band too.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just got fucked up and had a great time. Had a great show. It was fun.
Ernie was still in the band.
Ernie was still in the band, you know? Yeah.
Ernie was still skinny. Oh, he got skinny again. He got skinny again.
We don't talk about that.
I haven't seen him. Apparently he lost some weight. Apparently lost some weight. I haven't seen him in a couple months. Apparently lost some weight during October.
Hey man, give me the Fat Boy shirts, bro. If you're not gonna use them, like just throw them this way.
Great, dude. But that's fucking awesome about Create Design Lab. It's going well. I'm sorry.
Why?
I'm a little tired and a little too high too.
Wake the fuck up, bro.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna get some coffee before I got here, but then I was like, I'm already gonna be late. It's already gonna be 6. I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna go.
The problem if you drink coffee and you're high, sometimes it has like some weird effects on you.
Yeah, it makes it. Yeah, it really does. And that's the same balance I like to be on. You know, it's that caffeinated.
I've kind of learned now that I'm a little older. If I wake up and I don't feel tired, don't drink coffee.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
it gives me headaches.
It gives you the weirdest effects ever.
Yeah.
And but you know, that being said, I wake up tired every day, so I drink coffee every day. It's very rare. You
drink that fucking Death Wish coffee too.
I don't drink that anymore.
Oh,
that was.
I haven't even tried that.
That was, dude.
I haven't even
Odin
tried
Force, the Zach Wild one.
Yeah.
The Odin Force blend.
We don't talk about Zach Wild in this podcast.
I know.
Not anymore.
I know, but
not anymore.
Okay, the Death Wish coffee that's branded by a certain guitarist that we may not mention.
We got in trouble last time.
Did you?
No.
Did you? Good. He is terrible. They're a terrible live. I'll say that.
Oh my God.
Wow. They're coming for us, bro.
Oh well.
Too many squeals, man. What do you want me to do?
I have not seen Black Label Society live, so I have not. I have not.
Good.
Yeah. You're safe.
There's some bands you just don't need to see.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of. So speaking of Ernie, right? Love System of a Down, and I was like, it was great. That's great. And he wanted to go to Vegas to see them, and I was like, bro, I'm not gonna go to Vegas to see them. And he was like, why? And I was like, well, I've seen them twice. One time they were great.
Yeah.
The other time they were the opposite. And he was just like, well, but what if they're good? I was like, I don't care if they're good. I'm not willing to risk going to Vegas to see System of a Down for a maybe. Like just.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that I've heard about Avenged Sevenfold. I've only seen once. But they're like, it's an off thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they said the same thing about Deftones. But I've seen Deftones twice, and both times they fucking killed it.
Deftones I've seen.
You probably seen them a lot.
A bunch of times, like 7 or 8, maybe.
Yeah.
And I could say maybe once they had a bad show.
Okay.
But 1 out of 7 ain't bad.
That's not a bad ratio.
It's not a bad ratio.
Yeah.
1 out of 1. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, system.
Yeah.
You know. Same thing with Avenged Sevenfold. Now that you bring them up, shit. I've seen them maybe 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
And maybe we enjoyed their performance once.
Oof.
Yeah.
The first time.
You know,
it's only the first time.
No, it wasn't the first time.
It wasn't the first time?
It was like the 3rd time.
Wow.
The 2nd time they were really good, but they followed Korn. And if anybody's ever seen Korn live, like...
Yeah, you're not gonna...
You can't.
You're not. Sorry.
They shouldn't be anything but headliners if they're on the bill.
You're not. Yeah. Sorry. I've been going back on my new metal phase too. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
But have you seen Korn live?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, they're insane.
They're fucking great.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's why they were the top. That new album that they just brought out this year.
It was actually pretty good.
Dude, it was so fucking good. I was honestly surprised. And then that fucking cover they did.
Which cover?
Devil Went Down Georgia.
Oh, that was a little strange.
And I was like,
that's cool.
Right.
That's cool.
Right.
I'll let you have it. That was a little strange for me.
We were going to do that song.
Really?
Yeah, we wanted to. But we can never decide on covers, so we can never do anything.
Yeah, it was kind of... I was really surprised that we did that Blinding Lights cover this year. Because we had been talking about random. Like, if you ever hear these conversations between bands,
know, I bet.
And I'm sure it's the same in Lone Score. I'm sure it's the same in every band. Bro, let's cover this song. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm on it. Never happens.
Never happens.
Never happens. So, Josh, we had booked studio time and didn't write any music for the studio time. So we're
Cover.
like, yeah, just drop the cover. Let's do it. And Josh put it together for us, and then we send it out to mix and master with Sam, and that's it. But yeah, and then we were just like, hey, what about those other covers we're talking about? And then we're like, maybe later. So yeah, but we started working on a new EP already, so
Oh, nice.
that should be cool.
Fuck yeah.
Hopefully,
Maybe.
it might. Suck.
I'm pretty sure it's
It
gonna
could
be cool.
suck. It could suck.
It could. It could.
It could suck.
Yeah, that's the
It could
only,
suck.
that's the only thing. It's like it could. So let's be hopeful.
It might.
Might.
There's a possibility. What about you guys, man? What have you been up to?
We've been up to a lot, man. So we've been trying to write separately. You know, got Michael married, and
What?
then
Michael's married?
Michael got married. Michael got married, sir.
I was invited to that, but I don't know what happened. Oh, pandemic happened.
Pandemic happened.
Fucking 2020.
2020.
I still got drunk that day, I'm sure.
Dude,
I'm
we
sure.
got trashed that day.
There's a picture of Michael in a dress. I
There's
saw.
Michael in a dress, and
But-
did you see my face in that picture?
So
It's
I wasn't sure who married Michael. Because I've seen pictures with Mackenzie, but I've also seen some questionable pictures with, you and...
And Ernie, there's a
Ernie
bunch,
and-
dude. There's great evidence
I'm
of
pretty
like.
mad that Ernie got to go and not me. Like, I'm way cooler than Ernie. I'm just kidding, bro. I love you. And I miss you. Dude, when we first started hanging out with Ernie, right? He would barbecue with us, right? But he would always burn the shit, bro. So now, like, whenever he's always telling me, like, oh, Layla, you got to try my barbecue and all this stuff, I'm like, bro, I remember when you used to burn the meat, man. Fuck you.
Oof.
But my boy's done good now.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
pretty
great.
good.
It's pretty damn good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. We had him on those fucking.
But Mike's coming for you.
Oof.
Bass player Mike's coming for you.
Oof. Which one? I got one. I got a bass player mic too.
They're all there's too many mics and they all play bass.
Yeah. There's too many. There's too many.
Yeah.
And this one's starting to barbecue too. You made a
that's
brisket
fine.
the other day too.
One of the mics is coming for you.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
which
figure
one.
we'll figure it out
Yeah,
later.
we'll figure it out later. It's not important.
They're bass players.
Yeah. They're inaudible.
Oof. Oof. That was gotcha.
I hold my mic in a very high regard because he's also a mechanic and an artist and a damn good bass player.
Yeah.
And all kinds of shit. So he's the most talented person in our band that we put down all the time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. I try not to put my boys down. Try.
Bro, y'all ain't friends if you're not fucking roasting each other daily.
It's not anymore. We don't see each other as much, so it's just like, nah, dude.
Dude, our group chat just pops up for
Give me a
somebody to
hug. Give
roast
me a hug,
somebody.
bro. Give me a hug. Like,
Every time our group chat pops up on Facebook, somebody's roasting somebody.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's great.
keeps the day going.
Keeps
It's
the day
good.
going. But now, again, we just been. JC had a baby,
Oh shit! Congratulations,
Yeah.
JC.
so that's what he's been up to. Figuring that out, getting this, being dad, trying to figure the role out, and he's been doing a good job.
That's
I saw him yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
Does he got long hair again, or is he still?
it's like into his ears.
Yeah, okay.
It's like
Last time I saw him, he had this like stud look going.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah.
damn, bro. Like,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, lost a lot of weight. He's still pretty skinny, but he's got like a little hair growing.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know how it is. You get tired of it
No, I don't know. I haven't had an option for a very long time.
for a very long time. I think I actually always met you when you had to shave
That's
that.
why.
Yeah,
I've been bald longer than I've had hair.
yeah.
That's not even like a lie. Like that's
It's not-
that's the
it's
fucking
not.
truth.
And yeah, that's all we've been doing. School. I went back to school a semester and trying to finish that up. So we just been double busy.
I had been thinking about that for a while.
Yeah.
Going back to school, but I'm like, ugh.
It's an on and off thing with me, and especially now because I really, I was doing really well 2 semesters ago
Yeah.
with when it was still face to face, and then last semester went down the drain once everything hit online.
Yeah, it was a little harder to do.
And then this one is the same thing. It's like, ugh. So it's just getting into the routine again. But oh well, you gotta figure it out. Gotta
Yeah.
keep going. Because I do want to finish. I just want to give myself that satisfaction of finishing.
What are you majoring in?
Anthropology. Yeah.
No wonder you're always posting some weird shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Makes sense now.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, man,
this guy's off, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Brian's ruined to bones and shit.
What's up with all the dead bodies, bro?
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Mike's just been working his ass off. It's still at work.
I know.
Everyone's kind of going low, laying low.
Mike's funny. Like, I'll have like sporadic, deep conversations through text with him.
Yeah.
Like, randomly he'll text me, and then we'll be texting forever. And then I'm like, why don't I talk to this guy more often? And then he disappears.
Yeah.
And then,
That's exactly how any of us are, really.
yeah.
It's just like we'll have real big moments where we're just like, I want to talk to everybody. And then the other time it's like, nah, I want to be in the desert, away from fucking civilization.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it helps, even us out. But, oh well.
The funny thing is, like, I thought, because before the pandemic, I was always doing something. Like, it was like with the band, shooting a video, out and about, doing this, doing that, And being forced to stay home, I thought I was going to hate it. Mm-hmm. But it turns out that I found a bigger appreciation for my home life in general.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. And it's brought me closer to my wife, for sure.
That's awesome.
But it's pushed me away from everything else. Like, I don't want to talk to people outside of my home. Is that weird?
It's not weird.
Okay.
It's not weird at all.
So that's me now. So don't call me. Don't talk to me.
Don't call me. Don't talk to me.
It's for work.
People know not to call me. People that are my friends know, do not call Brian. Like, it's like, he won't fucking answer. I fucking hate phone calls.
I will never answer the phone.
Like, I'll text you back for sure.
Yeah.
But like phone calls, that's a dead medium.
Yeah. Aside from that, we got some cool stuff planned for 40 cal, and working with the homies from the original MagX crew to do some cool stuff for YouTube. We're gonna have like a bit of a variety show, and then some sub channels dealing with like tech and arts.
There you go.
It's kind of really important to me to have like a Spanish kind of liaison, like somebody who's in the Spanish world, dealing with the music and the art and the movies.
I've been feeling that more and more lately too.
Yeah, like it's just
very important to bridge both those cultures.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that's kind of how I grew up. My grandparents were always Spanish first, and not that it was my first language. It wasn't. English was my first language, but both of my grandparents spoke primarily Spanish, so it was something I had to learn. And I've learned a lot about the culture. I've learned a lot about tradition and things like that. My grandparents both played in mariachi. Like, my grandma was a mariachi singer, my uncle guitar player, my grandpa. It was just something I learned along the way, and I hear the music now and I just think about them.
Nostalgic.
I just think about family and
it's crazy, right?
And the culture. Yeah. And I was never one of those persons. I was like, I hate the Tejano music.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. I hate myself for being like that. I was.
I always held it in high regard because, that's what my grandparents listened to, and my mom to a certain point was like into like Emilio Navaira and like Salinas and stuff like that. But she also introduced me to things like Guns N' Roses and Metallica because my uncle was so like well-rounded when it came to music. Like, he went from Spanish to mariachi to Body Count. I remember the first time I heard Body Count in his fucking room, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck is this? It's kind of violent and crazy. And he showed me Public Enemy and NWA and Metallica and Megadeth, and he had the Jump in the Fire banner in his room and shit. And I remember seeing that, like, oh shit, it's the devil.
It's the devil.
Crazy,
loco.
Yeah, and meanwhile, like, my grandma in the next room had like, the Jesus cross and like, very, very religious and stuff like that. And my uncle still, like, he would still go play like in the church band and stuff, you know. But
he was just cool.
Yeah. So I just kind of grew up with all these sounds around me, and I always had a respect for good music, regardless of the genre. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I just found it kind of important, and I'm going to find the right person to be that reporter, because as much as I love that stuff, I don't keep up to date with everything, you know. We're kind of inundated with all kinds of info now, and that's just one of the things I don't keep up with. But I know that there's somebody out there that's like the right person and the right fit to represent that for us, so I'm going to find them. But yeah, we want to do that. We want to do art, local sports, things that aren't just being covered right now. Like it's just like, you know, I love the music scene and everything, but right now everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And we just want to be what the magazine was in magazine form. Bring it to digital. Yeah. So music, sports, art, technology, and culture.
That's fucking awesome. When you first told me about that MagX project, I was very, very stoked because I told you like that's like the first representation of any scene that I remember and I was like fucking 10 or 11 probably, a very young age.
A very young lad.
Yeah. And I got that magazine at Flutter Rockers. I remember.
Yeah.
And it had like a fucking like it was like metal of the year or some bullshit. It was like scene of the year, something like that. It was your brother. I remember it was your brother. It was What Lies Between Us.
Right.
Later Ruins.
I remember.
And fucking I forgot there was another band.
Mare Motorcade, which is Ramsey's band.
Okay, yeah. And because Mike was in that picture too, and Ramsey was in that picture.
C Styles, who's a rapper, and the Go Lightly Project, which were like an R&B funk band from here. That we thought were amazing, and that was a fun night. Actually, I remember that very vividly. My friend Katrina, she let us basically make a party, right? But it was a photo shoot that was a party, right? And we got some of the freshest new bands and bands that were making waves here, and we wanted to just like intermingle them, regardless of what scene they're from, and say, hey, let's come together, let's have some fun. We'll take our photos. We're gonna do a profile on each band and talk about what you're doing. You know, now that would be an epic video, right? But like back then, we weren't thinking about that because like YouTube wasn't really
popping.
A huge thing yet. It wasn't until we saw.
Te bañaste.
This is like, dude, my mom's seen this video, you know,
for real.
And we were just thinking about how. Oh, what is this? Sorry, distractions. Anyway, we were just blown away by that because I was like, dude, everyone I know has seen this video, but why?
Yeah.
Like how did this happen? Who filmed this? You know, who made this?
That?
Yeah, you know, we don't know. We'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll never know, right? Well, I'm sure somewhere down the line we'll find out, or it's out there. So we weren't thinking about that, and a lot of the things we did were kind of groundbreaking for the Valley, but we didn't really ever get the credit I don't think that we deserved.
That's honestly one of the biggest things that like wanted me to push for this episode. I was like, dude, this guy's been the GOAT like for the long time because they've been around this for as long as I can remember. Like as long as I've been in the scene, I'm like, dude, like Frank's always been doing something not only with MagX, with your own band, but with the EDM scene as well.
Yeah.
Helping out with Paul and all them. And I'm like, dude, you've been busy. You've been busy this whole fucking time.
That was 9 years of my life.
Dude.
Yeah, that was 9 years of my life. MagX was, hold on, we got the years on my arm. 2000, so it was like.
2005?
Like, yeah, so it was like about 6 or 7 years of my life.
Yeah.
And then Global Groove. And I met Paul because of MagX.
Yeah.
Paul had come down here and he threw this big rock battle of the bands at the Bahia Mod. At the island, he had people from Viva La Bam and the Real World and stuff were judging, and you had a chance to win $1,000. And local bands winning $1,000. What?
Okay.
And on top of that, you got a chance to I forgot where you would go record. Like it was like $1,500 worth of recording time.
Nice.
Which might not be much, right? But it was something, you know.
It was something.
So
that's a song for sure.
Yeah, we met this dude and. He came into our studio at the time, and he wanted to advertise. He needed some graphic designers, so we started doing that, and then kind of went from there. Like he was like, "Hey, I'm bringing Akon. Will you guys do the marketing for it?" And we're like, "Sure." So, it was tons of bands, bro. It was Akon, Ludacris, Flowrider, Kansas, Los Lonely Boys, Shakira, Rihanna. It's just, you go down the line, and it was that. And then one day he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring this legendary DJ," and I was like, "All right." And fucking like 12,000 people the first time.
Yeah,
it was the first time I had ever been in front of a crowd that big. Like, not in front of like performing, but on the sidelines, like seeing this, like what the
It's
hell?
fucking crazy.
Like that was insane, yeah. And 9 years later, we built, 2 festivals for the Valley that were bringing in people from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Not just people. People had this like
assumption that it was a Valley thing.
That it was just the Valley and Spring Break, Texas.
Yeah. No,
we would bring people from like Europe and Asia and Australia, and just the randomest people were here in the Valley because of that. The E Channel actually did a special on it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that either.
I don't.
It's been an ever evolving thing and a constant. As much as I try to get away from it, it just brings me back in. It pulls
you back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just brings me back in, and there's nothing I can do because I love it.
From all this, I'm noticing like you're really techie. Like you're super like
I'm
it's
a nerd.
just you're a nerd. Yeah, it's like dude, like he's in it. He's in the fucking Matrix, dude.
Yeah, I am. But going back to the MagX thing, we were this tiny magazine from the Valley.
Yeah.
And I mean, we interviewed Tony Hawk, bro. We interviewed Tony Hawk. We interviewed Deadmau5. We interviewed Skrillex, Vinnie Paul, Killswitch Engage. We were on the tour bus with Killswitch Engage and Trivium.
What the fuck,
yeah,
dude? What the fuck,
Lamb
dude?
of God. Like it just, we have a crazy resume, and Ramsey and I are always thinking like, dude, like this, it's just dumb of us to let this go to waste. Like it's been years already that we stopped printing, and we just had no idea what to do with it.
Yeah.
And we just think that now, Ramsey's got a pretty popular YouTube channel for comics that's kind of like growing. And we just kind of thought like, hey, this might be the best time to
start something
up. And all the people that we worked with to get to these artists were, they still send us messages asking if we're still interested in doing this stuff. So I told them, why not?
Beautiful.
Why not? There's no reason we shouldn't.
Dude, that's fucking
especially
beautiful.
right now, because these people don't have to do anything to get on an interview. They're at home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's a video call away now.
Yeah, it's not hard anymore.
It's not hard anymore.
Yeah, before it was like, hey, you got to be at this venue at this time, and this guy's going to pick you up at this time to take you to the tour bus to get there. And, you're going to interview Randy from Lamb of God, at this time. And then we had, I think, Disturbed the next day in Corpus. So it was like San Antonio one day, we went to Corpus the next day to interview Disturbed. And we were just like one of those MTV shows in a magazine form, and I feel like not that many people recognized it. For what it was.
I'm right now completely shocked, and obviously I had no idea it was this big. I was like, dude, this was just like some magazine I randomly picked up. Like it introduced me to the scene, introduced me because I was really young at an impressionable age.
Yeah.
And it showed titties and drugs, and I'm like, fuck yeah, this is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, we were about the counterculture, man.
Yeah. And I'm like,
sure.
Yeah, it really was. And I'm like, oh, what's this? Like, it's just progressively got heavier, and there's better music in this. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. And that's when I started checking out the scene, and that's
what like even if you go back then, like I was writing a tech column back then.
See, like I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, I was doing the tech column and the music interview. So it was between me and Ramsey, the music interviews. And
that's fucking great.
It's kind of crazy,
dude.
right?
Yes, it's fucking crazy because that's what fucking not even 2010.
No, this was like 05, 06.
05, 06.
Yeah.
Dude, who the fuck was thinking about that in that fucking time? Fuck no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Me, I guess. Yeah. Him, I guess. Ramsey. A lot of people don't know, but Ramsey's the one that taught me how to do graphic design. When I first came in, like, it took me like 3 hours to build a business card, bro. Mm-hmm. And he was just like patient. I don't know if it was like him wanting for me to learn so he can work less. Yeah. Or if he was just like, yo, this guy's going to do it. Like, it's fine. You know what I mean? But he taught me, everything I know, and I just never stopped learning. And we've been a great team ever since. We team up on Comic-Con, and he has this huge convention that's known throughout the United States, believe it or not. One of the biggest conventions in the United States happens here in the Valley. And, he calls me and he's like, hey, man, I need this ad. I need you to do this video. I need you to do this. And, we do it. We have a great team. It's me. I don't know if you know Josh Moroles. He's a social media guy.
Yeah, I've known him.
I team up with him on a lot of stuff, and he helps us out with Comic-Con a lot. We have our friend Anna, who's a great host. Freddie's a great host. Freddie's now a meteorologist.
That's good. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how long has it been going on with that relationship that you had with Ramsey?
Well, I mean, he brought me in during the Weird Magazine days. Which
you guys I forgot about that one too.
That was him and Russell. Like, I just came in to help design some ads and stuff.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Ramsey and Russell had this weird, it was weird. It was a paranormal magazine, like aliens and stuff like that. And that's kind of where I first started, because he was just like, hey, learn how to build these ads and learn how to build these business card size things, and kind of taught me the rules and the technical things. Because if you have an imagination, you can be a designer. Mm-hmm. Like the learning the programs and learning the tools is not hard. Anybody can learn it, but if you have to have the imagination for it. But there's also like a technical aspect to it, because if you build something and it's in the wrong color space, as annoying and boring as this might be, what looks neon green?
I'm learning right now. I don't give a shit about them.
What looks neon green on the screen is gonna print forest green because you set it up wrong. So he taught me things like that, things about guides and how to keep proper alignment and keeping things clean looking. So all the technical stuff that you need to really go further with this, So yeah, I mean, that's where I came in, and after that he broke away, he made MagX, and that's I was interviewing up until I was just like an interviewer of local bands until like issue 3 or 4, and that's kind of when I started doing more design work for it. Czar from Don't Get Emo was actually part of it too in the beginning.
That's fucking
cool. He's got a great design firm also.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, he makes cool stuff. His company's called Brand Hub, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so he does cool stuff too. But yeah, Don't Get Emo. And Don't Get Emo actually gave me my first job in concerts, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were like, hey, we need somebody that can do barricades for Matchbook Romance, I think it was, at the Villarreal. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, people crowd surfing and catch these kids. And I was like, all right.
I'll do it. Yeah.
I'll do it. And little did I know how much of a fucking job that was.
It sucks.
It does suck.
Remember us in Devil Driver?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That sucked.
Trial by fire there.
Yeah.
Matchbook Romance was nothing compared to that. That was awful.
Yeah.
That was awful.
And then like half of me is like trying to turn around because like Des is right here.
Yeah.
So I don't like that's all I remember. It's just like me like.
It's one of those best of times, worst of times things. But yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to them for that. And I've done everything in concerts, bro. From door to barricade to light to sound to production, like everything. Any job you can have in a concert, I've done it. Even playing.
Even playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't done lights yet. I've done
movies.
But I haven't done that. I always wanted to. Yeah, it looks like it's fun. When I worked at Guitar Center, it was like there was that big old switchboard and you could fuck around with it. It was cool.
You worked at Guitar Center?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
You remember?
No.
You don't remember? That was one of the.
I think every friend I've had.
That's the first conversation we had. It was like that Thunder Horse.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That was a badass guitar.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, dude. I worked there for about a year. It was fucking awesome.
And then the Snow Falcon came out too. Mm-hmm. That was badass too. I never bought them.
I never bought either one of them too. Brendan Small is just gonna release one, and I'm like, I want it, but then I'm
probably never gonna buy it. Somebody will buy it.
Yeah, somebody will buy it.
God, that's cool, man.
Fucking.
I always thought I wanted to work at Guitar Center, and then everyone told me like, no, dude, you don't want to work at Guitar Center.
It makes you hate it.
Yeah.
It makes you hate it, and not really. I really enjoyed the time there. Maybe I was just really young because I was 18. 19. So I didn't respect the job like I should have. Yeah. Definitely.
For sure.
And, but I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed, like, especially, like, the kids and fucking, you show them, like, hey, just show them, like, 3 power chords and they'll fucking, like, or gaga over you. Yeah. And then they fucking get their parents to buy a $100 guitar. Yeah. And then everything is 10% commission. Yeah. So it's fucking $10 right there for not even 30 minutes work. Yeah. It was great.
That's awesome.
I was selling my ass off when I worked there, dude. It was fucking. I had some fat checks. Yeah, I really did.
That's good.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best paying jobs I ever had.
I think a lot of my friends were just like jaded over the, like, dude, I don't want to hear nobody play Sweet Child of Mine no more. Like,
there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
And maybe I was just, I don't know. I didn't care. Like, I was like, I would turn them down. Like,
you were
for
definitely
sure.
young. You were
Yeah,
definitely
I
young.
was definitely young. That's what it was. It was like I was definitely young.
Yeah.
That's the same thing because I worked at the one in Houston before that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that one's badass, though.
Yeah, that one's the shit. It was North Houston. That's where I learned the ropes, and it was the same thing.
That's the one that has, like, the $40,000 guitars and shit, right?
No, I wish. That's the one in the middle of Houston.
Oh, okay.
I worked North Houston.
That's
off
the one
freeway.
That's the one I've been to.
Yeah, that one's fucking amazing.
I was just like,
that one's great.
these are things I've only seen in, like, catalogs.
Dude, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I would get all the shipment. Well, we used to get pretty nice stuff there.
Yeah.
And the same thing. But over there, it's fast.
Yeah.
Everything's fast in a big city. So I remember selling the Eric Clapton signature once.
Ooh.
And fucking Martin. Martin Guitar sent me a fucking beanie and a fucking shirt, and it was like, hell yeah! Like this is what it's supposed to be.
I want guitar
like,
swag.
Yeah, I want guitar swag. That's what I'm here. I want guitar swag.
Nice.
And I have moved down here again, and I came back to this guitar center. Well, not came back. I came to this guitar center.
Yeah.
And worked there for about a year. It was cool. Got fired for being an asshole.
Bruh.
So that's pretty much it for Valdibitalks this week, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you, Frank, for coming along in this ride. And
Hey, man, thanks for having me.
No problem, brother. And that's going to be it.